Welcome on board, guys. Uh, Yesterday we end up with a soil component. Soil component. There was the topic last time, so we'll start today with a new topic. So I hope you guys are ready. We end up. Okay, just give me a second. Let me just open my book. Okay, I found a page. So we end up with a soil components, composition of soil, basically. So today we'll start with the properties of soil, the new topic. Are you guys enjoying the videos? And the new series we already started. There is a one question for the day that is going on. You may see the shorts available on the channel. So please explore those shorts as well that are required for your examination. The question is taken from the old papers like RPSC, AAO, ARO, and AARO, and supervisors, and famous book like Arun Nemraj Sunda, and SR Katwa. The all famous questions are in these videos are taken from directly from the old papers mostly. So you guys may refer these stuff. So it will ultimately help you to prepare for your exam and give a scenario like how how kind of questions that will appear in the previous examination. So we can predict the future ones. So they will gonna appear in the exam. So it gonna help you to learn how to we can pre okay, the recording is on. Okay, how so it can help us to in that manner we can predict the paper for the easy ones, right? Or what is going on? So this is the channels why we are going through with this stuff. So let's get started. Let's get started now. So today's topic is we'll start with so properties of soil. Properties of soil. This is the topic for today. This is the topic for today. Today, what is this? Cool. So first, soil texture. What this what is this book say about the soil texture? Soil texture refers to the relative proportion of various type of soil particles. Basically, it is saying relative proportion, relative proportion of various particles, yes, particles or soil matrix. Various soil particles basically. So what is meaning by that? This is the relative proportion. What is soil texture? Soil texture is basically relative proportion of the soil particles. Cool. The another definition is that it refers to the size of soil particles. Size of soil particles. Cool. I hope it's clear to you guys. There is no complicated sentence. It is the basic properties of soil. It can't be changed. Okay. The another line is basic properties which cannot be changed. Not be changed. Cool. The another line is that in field conditions, soil texture is generally determined by the field method. So in field case, method that is used to identify the soil texture in field, that is field method. Field to field method is used basically in the field to determine the soil texture. Cool. I hope these lines are clear to you. Let's move to the next one. Method analysis of soil texture. Methods of analysis. Soil texture को कैसे analysis करते हैं? These are the method here. So it is the process of determining the amount of soil separated below the 2 mm. So mechanical analysis is just used for the particle size in the soil texture that hold is that less than less than 2 mm. The particle which hold their size is less than 2 mm that is analyzed by this method, mechanical analysis. Mechanical analysis, that method is. It helps in determining the soil textural classes. This process is helping what? Determining the soil textural classes. Cool. The international pipette, the international pipette and the bikeverse hygrometer method are the most common methods for mechanical analysis in the soil samples. Most common method are which one? Most common method are first one, international pipette method. International pipette method, and the second one is bikeverse hygrometer method. Bikeverse hygrometer method. These are those these two method those what is this it yeah. These two methods are very famous for most common method usually determining for the soil texture. Okay. What is the next sentence? In international pipette method based on the principle of sedimentation. International pipette method is based on principle of sedimentation. Principle of sedimentation. International pipette method is basically based on the principle of sedimentation. Correct? The texture classes of soil determine the triangle. Okay. Soil textural classes is determined by soil textural classes. Soil textural triangle. Textural triangle. How much classes are there in soil texture? 12 classes. Good. Let's move to the next one. Textural classes, total 12 textural classes, but three main essential textural classes. Total 12 textural classes, in which main three are sand, silt, and clay. Cool. Sandy soil. Soil contain more than 85% sand. More than 85% sand is sandy soil. Clay soil, more than 40% clay. Soil which hold more than 40% clay, that refers to the clay soil, and the silt soil more than 80%. Same like said. I hope it's clear to you. Let's go to the classification of soil particles. Classification of soil particles. So according to ISS, International Society of Soil Science, so we divide the in four part: coarse sand, दूसरी जो आती है वो है फाइन sand, and the third one is silt, the fourth one is a clay. So according to ISS, the soil texture, soil particles are divided into four parts, but this is according to the standard books by Nemraj Sunda. They mentioned the one more, that is gravel. If the size is more than 2 mm, then it goes to the gravel. When the size varies to the less than 2 to 2.0, then it is come under the you may simply change the equation this, like I used to, oh my god, I used to follow the simple one, but you guys can go with that, like we'll start from 2 to there is a space. I need first coarse sand, second one is fine sand, third one is a silt, fourth one is clay. So coarse sand, fine sand, silt, and clay. According to Nebras, there is a gravel also mentioned. So when the particle size is more than 2 mm, then it goes to the gravel. So if that there is a 2.5 mm to 2 mm, then it goes to the coarse sand. Then this is goes to there. Then we'll move to the 0 for the next one. This is the fine sand. Then we'll pick the this for the maximum. Then always remember, whenever you go for the any of classification regarding with the soil particles, you will have to write the first one is the size of clay, that is less than 0.002 mm. So this size will come here automatically. So this is the classification according to ISS. International Society of Soil Science. Cool. There are the few soils are mentioned regarding with their properties. We'll go with these stuff as well. So first one is the loamy sand. Loamy sand. What this book said about this particular, so these are the best agriculture production. Loamy soils, sorry, loamy soil, not sand. Presence of mind. Presence of mind. My mind is loamy soils. So these are the best agriculture production. These soils are best for agriculture production. These soils production. In the point of view of production, agriculture based soil, we can refer for the loamy soil, especially sandy loam, in which also there is a particular series that goes to the sandy loam is the bestest one for the agriculture production because they retain the more water and nutrient, more water retention and nutrient retention and nutrient retention in the soil. Then the sandy soil in comparison have better drainage, aeration and tillage properties. Better drainage, aeration and tillage. Then clay soil, suitable for most of the crop. I hope it's clear to you guys. Let's move to the next soil. That is heavy soil. What is these heavy soils are? The clay soil impart cohesion, stickiness, fine texture to the soil, reduce the resistance to the process of implementation. So there is a high cohesion and high stickiness. They do not easily passes through implication of implements. Like tillage practices are very hard to do in these, required more power. Practices required more power. In other words, makes the heavy soil. It required more power. It is hard to cultivate. That's why we called it heavy soil. The reason is that it required more power to cultivate. That's come under the heavy soil. Suitable for these soils are suitable for cotton cultivation, rice, sorghum. Cool. I hope it's clear to you. Let's move to the next one. Is that light soil? What are these light soils are? In comparison to clay soil, sandy soil offer little adjusted to the implementation and the cold light soil. In comparison to heavy soil, sandy soil, sandy soil have lower resistance toward the application, toward toward the tillage operation. So these soils are prepared for us is light soil. Food. What is the next slide? Light soil suitable for the groundnut, potato, tobacco, and legumes. It is suitable for groundnut, potato, tobacco, legumes. I hope it's clear to you. Hence, the term heavy and light refers to the degree of resistance offered by the soil to the precipitation, but not fat in the fact heavy soil weight less than the equal to volume. Okay, so they are giving the reason. The reason is contradict to each other, like according to the resistance of tillage operation, according to resistance towards the tool towards the tillage operation. Therefore, the soils is light soils and heavy soil. Otherwise, in the in weight point of view, you these are contradictory to each other. Cool. I hope you guys are enjoying this lecture. We'll cover the remaining part in the next lecture. So you may guys carry on and be consistent with this lecture, and you may follow the series of question answer in the short form. that will help you improve your preparation. Oh, thank you. Thank you to be here till I